Let's take a look at creating categories. There are two ways to get to the catalog page. One way would be to navigate to collections and then catalog. Another way to get to here would be to navigate to pages and then click on the subpages tab. One thing to note about categories is that they not only categorize your products, but they can also be used as pages themselves. More specifically, they can be used as subpages to primary pages. So when we click the Create New button here, it will redirect us to the catalog page where we can create a new category or subpage. Let's create a category titled Electronics. We'll say Electronics here. For a short description, we'll just say the latest and greatest electronic gadgets. We'll keep meta title and meta description blank for now. And the default option for template here is custom. This means we'll be providing a new custom layout unique to the electronics page. If we wanted to use a template layout, we would create it first under pages, which we can get to by clicking here. After we create a new page as a template, it will show up in this drop down here. For clean URL, we'll just say electronics. And as you see here, it says internal URL, outbound URL. What that means is we can use this field to add an internal or an external URL that users will be directed to when they click on this category. Here we can select a promotion to run on the products under this category. Since we haven't created a promotion yet, there are no options available to us here. We can also select an occasion for this category to be associated with, meaning this category and its subcategories will only be available for the duration of that occasion. Again, since we have not created any occasions yet, there will be no options here. Let's make this category active. Scroll to the top and hit create. Now let's add a subcategory to the one we just created. So just hover over electronics here and click this plus icon to add a subcategory to it. Let's call this subcategory laptops. Let's select an image for this subcategory. And for now, we'll leave the short description, meta title, and description blank. Let's say laptops here for the clean URL. And let's just make it active and save. And we see here that laptops has been added as a subcategory to electronics. I went ahead and added two more subcategories to electronics. One important thing to note here is that you can sort your categories just by dragging and dropping them, like so. You can even create subcategories of subcategories just by dragging them under each other. Let's go ahead and leave it how we had it and take a look at how to add these categories to your page so that users can view them. Let's navigate to Pages and then open the page editor for Home. Let's start by adding a new container under Banners by clicking here. Then we'll drag and drop the catalog element into that container. Hover over it and click Edit. When selecting categories to populate our page element, we have two options available for us here in the settings. We can have it either feed us subcategories of a parent category, or we can select specific categories that might best match our needs on any given page. In this case, we'll have it feed the subcategories we created under the electronics category. Just like with banners, we have the option of selecting a different style or snapshot for our instance of categories. We can also update or create a new snapshot by clicking the cogs here and editing the HTML. For now, let's just use the default snapshot. Under sorting, we can select what we want to order the categories by and how we want to order them. We can also limit the number of categories that will be displayed in this instance. For example, we can choose to only display 10. We can choose to provide pagination, select the location that we want the pagination to appear, and how many page numbers to display for the pagination. For now, we'll keep it off. Under display options, we can choose to show or hide this instance of categories on desktop or mobile devices. Let's go ahead and apply our settings. We come up here and just hit apply. And we can see our categories just came in. Now another setting we have is the number of columns to display these categories in. If we wanted to, we can display these categories under 2 columns, like so. But since we're dealing with 3 categories, we'll just keep it 3 columns. Another change we might want to make is to narrow down the container these categories are under to the site margins. To do this, we hit edit on the container here, and instead of having it span the full width of the page, we'll have it be contained within the site margins by clicking contain. Let's go ahead and publish our changes and take a look at what we have on the front. And you can see here we've added 3 categories to our homepage. Now these categories are currently blank, so we'll want to create some products for them next.